The next issue that this led the trader to was the idea of negative risk reward. I don't like that. And then bouncing on to talking about, well, I see these other traders out there always talking about 4-to-1, 5-to-1, 3-to-1 risk rewards. And I would feel a lot better if I had that, because with the negative risk reward, I can win blank amount of trades in a row. But if I lose this amount, then all my profit is sucked dry. And again, at this point, again, taking this back to like the live conversation, this is just like the spiral of thoughts that our trader is going through, right? We've all been there, right? Where you think one thing and it leads to another thing, and we're trying to find solutions and it just spirals out of control. And you need someone to be like, hey, RELAX. Relax. This goes into the grass is greener on the other side, where the trader's saying, okay, I don't like this negative risk reward. I'm fearful of this big drawdown coming, and big drawdown plus negative risk reward means my profits that I had from this massive win streak are all going to be sucked away and I'm going to be in the negative. Again, not necessarily true, but these are the thoughts that are going through our head. And I spoke to the trader about, well, yes, it does sound good when you have a 3-to-1 risk reward, a 4-to-1 risk reward, a 5-to-1 risk reward, especially if you're winning. But going back to the give and the take, there is something you have to be aware of with that as well. As you have those bigger risk profiles, you're more likely, or you're most likely, I should say, going to have to deal with a lower strike rate, right? That brings its own problems, right? So you've solved the risk reward problem of like, I feel uncomfortable with negative risk. Now I have a positive risk. Now I'm happy here. But all of a sudden, you went from a 70% trader to a 50% trader or a 55% trader. So now the question is, can you deal with a lower win percentage? Can you deal with taking more losses? We had a great conversation in the live room this morning about that. I hope I have time before I leave for my trip to put it into podcast form and share it with you. But it was the story of a very profitable strategy that had one problem. And that one problem was it only had a 30% hit rate, and psychologically that would destroy a lot of people, making it not untradeable, but making it very difficult to consistently trade without breakdown or without error.